All right. Okay. So yeah, not quite sure what just happened there. Wait, actually I do know. It looks like my internet went down, so I'm literally using my phone's hotspot right now. So yeah, back. Well, I mean temporarily. So we're gonna like zoom through everybody that's like, hey, I want Spurs content. You're getting your wish, okay? Because I gotta zoom through now. That was weird. And apparently because I have Spectrum, apparently all of Spectrum is down right now. So yeah, I'm using my phone's hotspot. So yeah. Yeah, this is the basketball guy. It's like punishing me for not talking Spurs basketball. All right. So. All right. I'm going to be transparent with you guys. All right. Ever since getting back from Japan, my sleep schedule has been horrible. I have not adjusted well whatsoever. So right now we're sitting at almost midnight. I took a long nap, and yeah, my schedule is just all over the place. My days are just blending in with each other. Okay, so I apologize beforehand if there's not a lot of energy here, but this does make me excited nonetheless. Okay, and we got a couple angles of this. So we got our boy here, Carter Bryant, and we recently just saw a video with Steph Castle that was working with the Guard Whisperer, and this is Carter, and he is with other NBA player. I'm trying to hold on. Let's go to directly to Swish Culture. Do they have any? Okay, they don't really have. Yeah, but I think it was other NBA players here. And is that Klay? That's Klay Thompson right there. And he put on a show. So let's just take a look at Carter Bryant. Okay, there's no me. All right, hold on. Reason why I did it this way is because there was no. I was trying to make sure there was no music, so we could actually play the audio from it. All right, cool.
I need that now.
That's nasty. You know, before we continue, here's a different angle. This angle shows the athleticism.
Oh my God.
Legit sick, bro. I'm gonna call it right now. Carter Bryant is gonna be a vibes player, and I'll explain that in a minute. I'll explain. Oh, we missed it. Hold on. Sorry. Oh, it wasn't much there. God, he gets up high. That was pretty. Good job protecting the ball there. Oh, he does that a lot. He'll just come out of nowhere. That's nice. Once again, coming out of nowhere. He can't stop. He can't stop as quickly as Dylan Harper can, but it's super impressive. That's Klay. That wasn't all that. Look at that. Once again. All right, so when I said that he's going to be a vibes player, the reason why I say that is I don't think that he's going to have a ton of stats, like ton of great stats, especially shooting stat. I could be wrong, but I'm just going to make the assumption his rookie year and maybe even next couple years, he won't be putting up crazy numbers on paper, right? But I think a lot of fans, very different from like Sohan, I think a lot of fans and most fans are going to be able to recognize his impact just because he is he can make really big plays that stand out, right? So it's going to be kind of a vibe. So you're going to see him, make this huge block out of nowhere, and you're going to see him, get a poster here or there, or or hit a big shot. And I think a lot of people, even if your stats aren't that great, it's going to be a vibe. It's kind of like Boris Diaw, right? Like Boris Diaw was very impactful, but his stats didn't really show for it. But we know that he was impactful. Or like, I don't know if Carter Bryant would be as good as, I don't think he will be, but like Manu Ginobili, right? Manu Ginobili's stats aren't that impressive, especially when you compare him to other like star players. But we all recognize, and people that watched him recognize how good he was, right? And I think that Carter Bryant definitely is going to have that type of impact where people are going to be able to tell, regardless of the stats, how impactful he is, just because he makes like eye-catching plays. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Jonathan Simmons 2.0. Jonathan, okay, he's going to be way better than Jonathan Simmons, okay? Like, I'm actually, you know what? I'll say it. He's better than Jonathan Simmons right now. Like, he's a better player than Jonathan Simmons. But you're completely right in like what I'm trying to explain here is that like Simmons' stats weren't that great. I don't even think Simmons was that good. Not as good as fans remember him. But if you bring up Jonathan Simmons to basically any Spurs fan, they'll swear to you up and down how good he was, or he played with heart. They'll say something like that. It's all a vibe. It's a vibe thing. Keldon Johnson, greatest player of all time. Keldon Johnson is a vibe, right? He's a vibe. But the difference between, I think, Keldon and Jonathan Simmons, and then Carter Bryant is that I think Carter Bryant legitimately will be making winning impact, right? Like he does the things that you need him to do, and I think he fits with this team extraordinarily well. So you'll get the vibes, you'll get the lower stats. I don't think he'll be putting up some crazy stats. But you'll get to have your cake and eat it too with him, where we'll all recognize. I don't see a future in which I'm defending or having to defend Carter Bryant. I think we'll all be able to recognize the impact he's having. Dude, even Steph Castle, right? Like Steph Castle has some of the worst shooting percentages in the NBA, but we all recognize how impactful he is to winning, right? Because he has those standout plays. But then when you have somebody like Sohan, people don't really see it because I don't think that he's boring, right? But like, it's not a ton of plays that stand out to you. Like fans don't value, pick and roll like that. Like they don't really care. Or like very smart cuts, they don't really care. Or playing great defense and preventing the offensive player from scoring but not blocking it or not getting some crazy steals, or like people just don't value it the same way, right? Like it'd have to be like a play here or there where people are like, oh my goodness, which funny enough, because I don't know, Sohan did get a lot of love early in his career, like as a rookie. So I don't know, I think people got more skeptical during getting Wemby and then the whole, point guard thing. Am I crazy thinking I heard someone on the team play with David Jones Garcia in their younger days? I was not aware of that. And whenever this video is uploaded, if anyone knows anything about that, please put it in the comments. I don't know. The craziest thing that's come out of the David Jones Garcia thing is people saying that he's better than Julian Champagnie, which I think is actually ridiculous. Yeah. In an NBA game that don't work, if the other guy has to step over, he's the opposite of Sohan. He's risky. If the other guy has to step over, I don't know if I understand what you're saying. Carter Bryant did have 5 blocks that one game, but a lot of times he got blown by someone else has to step up and he came from behind and blocked it. Oh, okay, that's what you're saying. So in an NBA game that don't work, if the other guy has to step over, he's the opposite of Sohan. He's risky. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. I don't really think he's risky. I think I understand what you're saying. I don't think Carter Bryant is risky. I think a lot of times with him too, the way that he plays because he's a really good defender. But I think that he's kind of similar to Danny Green at times, where he actually will allow players to kind of get past them, and then he catches up to them. Like Danny Green, he was a really great defender. But I remember Spurs fans like arguing about this sometimes, like saying he's not that good. It's like, because this player blows by him, this player blows by him, but he actually intentionally does that at times. So that might be Carter Bryant as well. But I don't know. From what I've seen, I think he's a really good defender, honestly. I don't think he's that risky. We've had way more risky players, okay? We've had actual risky players. He's not that bad. He's not a liability at all. He's the opposite of that. So, anyways, moving on. All right, let's keep moving, guys, because I don't want to lose this. All right, so this will be a quick one. All right, I'm literally on my hotspot on my phone right now because my internet went out. So yeah, we're kind of zooming through, but I saw this and I just wanted to show you guys, right? So Clutch Points posted some things on Carter Bryant, and I just thought that we would read through it and give him some praise. Okay, I think honestly, funny enough, and I could be wrong here. Okay, it's just vibes. Sorry, I didn't do any type of poll or anything like that. But it seems like a lot of Spurs fans are more excited about Carter Bryant than they are even Dylan Harper, which I'm not going to fault you for it. I think I understand it. I think mostly due to like I want to say underdog story. Carter Bryant isn't really an underdog, but like a player that was supposed to go 7th and fall to you. I think a lot of fans actually didn't even know much about Carter Bryant at all. I mean, I'm gonna make that assumption because a lot of people didn't even know Dylan Harper, right? But anyways, so when you get this player that falls to you and then you start to see like quite a bit of footage because they allowed him to play, in the summer league, then you start to get excited, right? So yeah, so I think fans are anticipating him even more than Dylan Harper, which is insane because Dylan Harper is like really good, like great. Day one. I know people get on to me about this, but like I truly do mean this. I think he's a day one starter. Like he's just too good. He's just too good. Anyways, moving on. It says the 6'8" wing out of LA wasn't always just a defensive stopper. They're just talking about how he's locked down Cooper Flag and everybody saw that. We went over that, right? We went over the Cooper Flag stuff, right? Chat, let me know if we went over Cooper Flag. I don't know if you guys remember. I think we did. We'll take a look at that clip. Yeah, if I can find it with this bad internet. Coming out of high school, Bryant was one of the most sought after recruits in the country. He'd eventually commit to Arizona. As a freshman, he underperformed. Carter averaged only 6.5 points and 4.1 rebounds, playing 19 minutes a game. But the Spurs knew there was more to Bryant than what shows on the box score. I think everyone should have known that. The only reason why he failed to us is because a lot of teams needed something different, right? Like it wasn't a matter of he deserved to drop. It was more so teams saw him as a suitable role player. But because they tanked and they didn't get as high as a pick as they wanted, a lot of teams just went for the swing. They just went for huge swings that I don't think are going to pan out as well as Carter Bryant will pan out for you. But yeah, so getting Carter Bryant when you need a swing and you need a superstar, you need specific parts of your team. It's just not, it doesn't look sexy to do something like that, right? It's like, why would I get a role player? Whereas the Spurs getting a role player makes complete sense, and he could very well end up being more than that. Taken with the 14th pick on the draft, the Spurs look like they stumbled on gold right now. Bryant's long arms and quick feet give him an unfair advantage in guarding players on the perimeter. As most young players show out with their offense, Bryant's done it on the defensive end. A lot of credit for his elite defensive instinct stems from his family tree of hoopers. His dad was his coach in high school, Bryant's grandfather played basketball too at Gallaudet University. I have no idea how to say that. A school for the deaf. Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that. All right, I wasn't aware of that. He was so good. He's currently in the USA Deaf Basketball Hall of Fame. Bryant himself is fluent in American Sign Language too. We knew that. Wemby in the paint, Carter Bryant on the perimeter. No team is going to want to face the Spurs next season. So let me see if I can find this really quick. I don't know what just happened. All right, let's see here. Carter Bryant, Cooper Flag. He absolutely antagonized Cooper Flag. Let's see. This is Sports Center. I don't want to get in trouble with that. This might be a good one. Yeah, so this is an example of someone in the last section or last segment that we did was like, hey, he get blown by a lot. I think that a lot of times with Cooper Flag, he kind of allows it. He kind of stays with you, allows it, and then just so he can get, the follow-up block on you. It's kind of similar to what Danny Green would do. Hold on, see if I can find the infamous clip. Where's the infamous clip? Here it is. Yeah, this is the clip everyone talks about right here. Yeah, this is the one everyone talks about right here. Yeah, he's just a lot. He's just a lot to deal with. You're gonna get a lot of plays like that too. A lot of plays like that. But anyways, we just got so many, bro. We just got so many defensive weapons. It's kind of ridiculous. Like I don't really know what you're supposed to do here. I saw something. I don't know. I don't think I saved it, but it was like a post showing all of the different wingspans for the San Antonio Spurs, and we're one of the longest teams in the NBA. Very impressive. Very, very impressive when you really put things in context that, just a couple years ago, this team looked horrible, bro. Hey, you guys remember what this team was, right? This is why I laugh when people are like, the Spurs are, they don't know what they're doing, or Brian Wright isn't that good, or you need to show me something. It's like we are the most spoiled fans in the NBA, man. Because hold on, let me just show you just a few years ago. Let's see, 20. Look at the Spurs 2022-23 roster. We'll just go 2 years ago. Look at this roster. Look at this roster, y'all. Just like take a second and take a look at this roster. You got Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan. Okay, I would say 2 role players. Okay, but those are your main guys, right? You got Trey Jones, you got Keldon Johnson, you got Blake Wesley. You see Josh Primo, Zach Collins, Julian Champagnie, Malachi Branham, Dominic Barlow, Romeo Langford, Doug McDermott, Josh Richardson. This team stunk. This team absolutely stunk. We'll actually take a look at who's getting the most. Where's minutes play? Here it is. Oh, okay, they actually got it already. Yeah, all right, here's our top players, okay? Keldon Johnson getting the most minutes. Keldon Johnson got the most minutes. Then Devin, then Trey, Devontae Graham, Jakob Poeltl, Sohan, Josh Richardson, Malachi Branham, Josh Primo, Mamu. That's our top 10. Those are our top 10 players. Zach Collins, Bates Diop, Julian Champ. This team sucked. So the fact that the Spurs looked like I really need people to sink that in. Okay, a lot of teams don't get this privilege, all right? A lot of fans don't get this privilege to have this team, and literally just 2 years later, 2 seasons later, you look incredible. I mean, you got so many stars. Like, I'm telling you this right now. Like, I think Steph Castle, at least, you know, how people view him. I think people view him as a upcoming star, right? But like Dylan Harper is a star. He's going to be a star. Like, I don't think there's any ifs or buts about that, to be honest with you. You know, obviously, people argue with me about this, but I think De'Aaron Fox is a top 5, top 7 point guard in the NBA. If you don't agree with that, you got to at least give him top 10. So he is top of his game as far as point guards. Very good. Was really great before the pinky. So he's going to be awesome. And then you have Wemby, who's a superstar. It's just so much better. And now some of these players are actually complementary pieces now. Sohan and Devin Vassell are complementary pieces, right? We shed off the guys that we don't actually need. Blake Wesley and Malachi are gone. But, man, it looks good. We look so much better. So much better. Anyways. Okay, then there's this. I actually didn't watch this. So, was this be copyrighted? I don't know why they wouldn't copyright a commercial, would they? Stop calling us spoiled. It's been torture. You're spoiled. If using the word torture for, you know, a couple tank seasons, yeah, no, we're spoiled, bro. It's all context, bro. What was D-Rose record? Kobe and Primo have one thing in common. Yeah, that was pretty bad. What will Wemby have to do to win MVP clan? Shoot, man, I don't know. He would have to average. I think if Wemby averaged, because what was his average this year? Last season, what was it? 24? Gosh, I don't know what you have to do. I think if he can average 27, it's a wrap. Because if he can average 27, I mean, everything else is going to remain the same. His rebounds are going to be ridiculous high. His blocks are going to be ridiculous high. I think it's really just going to come down to the points. So I think he'll have to have 27, and the Spurs will have to. Man, he might even get away with 26, but the Spurs will have to be, you know, in the playoffs. 26, 10, and 7, 3 blocks a game, maybe. Yeah, and you got to be in the playoffs. Carter Bryant got Tatum ceiling. I never heard that. I'm not going to bank on him being as good offensively as Tatum. I won't bank on that. He doesn't have to be either, so. 50-plus wins would cement him in MVP conversations. Yeah, for sure. We just got to win, and he average a couple more points than he's already doing. I think that would help solidify it. Because everything else is just too good, right? All right, we got a commercial. I hope this isn't copyright. I don't know why they would copyright a commercial. Maybe just on the safe side, I should make this smaller. I don't know why they would, but yeah, don't copyright me. Maybe if it's like music to it. Let's see. There's no music to it. Oh my God, it is music to it. All right, he's just like, let's get it. And he said, yo, Giannis out here. Maybe I should just make it bigger. And then that's, wait, who was that? Okay, everyone's trying to get one off on Giannis. Got to show the shoe. Was that Giannis' brother? Oh no! Don't copyright me. You nervous? There go Dylan Harper. Was that Oh, it is. Oh, he's not in it that much. Oh man, somebody tagged me in this, and I was actually excited. He's not in it that much. It makes sense. This is just a throwback to when he played against Giannis or practiced with Giannis in those viral clips. Yeah, it's not much to that, man. Wait. Did I miss Wemby? Oh, I think it was a joke. I think it was a joke because of this. Okay, yeah, Wemby's back here somewhere. Anyways, start really recognizing how good this team is going to be. The more I think about it, the more I think about this squad, the more excited I get, right? The more I think about how, again, this team will have a dramatic shift, dramatic jump. The only question mark, be good. This team will be good. Like, these players fit very well together. I know some people believe like, oh, well, this player doesn't fit with this. He wasn't the primary ball hand. Chris Paul, right? With him not being, statistics are very impressive with the ball not in his hands. So he's going to fit very well. We haven't even gotten to see De'Aaron Fox supposed to. Even without Harper, the Spurs still are a very impressive team. And it's because of Fox with Wemby, and we haven't even gotten to see that yet. And they fit well together, right? The amount of pressure that he can bring to the rim for Wemby is going to work out for basketball. It's just a matter of how long will it take before they're able to get to that point, right? But Wemby being able to finally sit and having a legitimate center come off the bench. I mean, I can't crash or anything, but as bad as this team has been at times, I can't tell you how many times it really just came down to we don't have a backup center. We don't have anybody to help when Wemby is out or Wemby is sitting or he's, and especially when he had like a lot of those health issues this season, we weren't aware of it. We're like, he looked so tired so quickly. Well, him not being able to sit as well has hurt us, right? And him not being able to get as many minutes in certain games has hurt us. I'm banking on they're going to be really great, right? And there's no worries in my mind as far as who Dylan Harper is or what he's. Prove it first. Yeah, everyone has to prove it, obviously. But there's certain players where it's very apparent and very obvious that they're going to be good and it's going to translate well to the NBA, right? These people that it's their whole job to, analyze players and scout out for players. They know how good these players are going to be. A lot of times when people go back and they look at like lottery picks and they're like, well, this one didn't work out and this one didn't work out. And then they'll say, but this 14th pick, that worked out. They don't really contextualize what teams need in those drafts, right? But most of the time, if you look at drafts, top make bad decisions, but some teams focus in on, well, we need this, right? Or this player didn't work out with us. He didn't really want to come to us, right? Like Modest Buzelis should have went higher. He should have went way higher than he did. But in actuality, at least in my opinion, I think the reason why he dropped is because he won. I was like, okay, he's right there. We got to get him. Now, obviously, it worked out because we ended up trading. Gosh, I forgot his name. I know everybody wanted him. What's his name, chat? That we traded. It's just one of those things where you just have to be patient and you have to understand like why guys go where they go in the draft. It's all good. Oh, Rob Dillingham. Yeah. Just want to say I'm really excited for this team. I think they're going to be very special. And if they can get it together within like the first month, they're going to be very hard to beat. Like very difficult to beat. It's just a matter of how quickly they start to gel. But we have a we have a lot of high IQ players. So at the end of the day, it's going to be pretty good. You know what I mean? Talking like Clan. OMG, Sohan is so good. He's going to be so good. I don't even know if I mentioned but Sohan is another one, right? I think Sohan fits well. And the reason why I think he fits well is because, obviously he got to develop that 3-point shot, which it looks like he has. But Dylan Harper is really great around pick and rolls. And he's one of the best pick and roll finishers in the NBA. He's like top 3, right? Last time we checked. Sohan's top 3 in pick and roll finishes. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Oh, I was emphasizing the lag, not your glaze. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me see. I'm letting you guys know right now. I'm going to experiment with something with the Wi-Fi. If the Wi-Fi is still out, it's all good. I'm just bouncing, okay? I don't think I don't think my Wi-Fi is back. But anyways, I will get with you guys later. I appreciate the love. But yeah, we'll try to go live Saturday night. Or try. I'll go live Saturday night. Hopefully you guys can hear me right now. But anyways, I appreciate all the love. I'll get with you next time. I'll upload these segments. And I'm sure we'll have more to talk about on Saturday. No, we definitely will have more to talk about on Saturday. So